Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of the Craftiverse SMP, episode 7. Before we get into anything, I just want to apologize for kind of not posting any Craftiverse SMP videos. I am still here. I am still doing things on the server, just not as much as I usually am. But biggest reason is because I have been busy with a second channel. I've talked about that in the last update video. Things are happening with it. I'm still working on it, but I'm also working on two other series, All the Mods 9 and the Neotech. But this is kind of just been to the point where I am getting a little bit burnt out. Not really too much, more just along the lines of there's a lot of things that I can do, but there's a lot of things that have already been done by other people, and I don't want to just kind of copy in a sense. So I've been kind of just trying to formulate plans and think of things, and not really been succeeding at it. So we are kind of just working on odds and ends and getting things cleaned up. I just expanded this room to get just a little bit better shulker box kind of storage. Whenever we have full boxes, we're able to kind of, put them in here and have bulk storage and not have to worry about having so many chests and things full of odds and ends. But yeah, it's been a process. It definitely has. And while we're doing this, I will talk about one thing that will help with the Craftiverse SMP videos and get them out more frequently, which is what I'm going to move forward with, which is actually getting, actually making different types of episodes in a sense. The modded episodes I do are really unedited, really kind of just there 30 minutes and then we're out the door, right? A lot of these episodes here at the Craftiverse SMP are hours and hours of footage condensed down into 20, 30, maybe 15-ish minutes. And then from there, we, make an episode, do the time lapses and stuff like that. And I've enjoyed doing that process, but the problem is doing that process and also recording other series definitely is not as easy as it looks. But I also really have not felt like playing this, and the biggest reason is because I get on here and I'm realizing, like, hey, I've got to spend hours and hours, making an episode, and that really kills it for me. Let's just say that for this episode, I have attempted to record this several times, and it's not been successful, mostly because I am overthinking it and trying to keep that magic or that style of video consistent, and it's not working. So going forward, we may have some episodes where I am completely, utterly just talking to you guys, building on camera, and not doing time lapses and stuff. We're just straight raw footage, kind of just hanging and having fun, which is what this episode's going to be. We're going to kind of just build some stuff on camera. I just showed you something and I didn't even talk about it. The Huntsman building, the Drunken Huntsman building, has been torn apart. And that was by me, nobody else. It was all just me doing some shenanigans. Because I wanted to be able to decorate the inside a little bit more like the actual Drunken Huntsman building. So let's go look at this here real quick. So, one of the things, if I grab a rocket, is I've made the building wider. Not anything else, just wider. It also has the side doors removed, which will of course patch. I just don't have enough stone bricks and stuff that I will use. But I want to make it wider because I wanted to do the one detail inside of the Drunken Huntsman that I noticed that kind of stood out to me, which was there was arches inside the building. And those arches, I wanted to try and replicate it. And whenever I had the smaller side, which this left side has not been touched, so you can see that it was very close to the very left side, and I could not do an arch. So I expanded it so I could kind of push this over one and have the ability to do an arch in this, which is exactly what we're going to be able to do now, which is fantastic. So that is awesome. Okay, I've been trying to think of ways to kind of make this just a bit better, and I think that was one of them. I think I need to go up one more here. And then How many do I hold on, I need to go look at the other side because I don't think I built this like a normal side of the roof. Oh, I did. 3, 2, 3, 2, and then 1 down center. 2, 3, 2, 1 down center. Okay. So 2, 3, 2, and then 1 down center, which this actually needs to be that connected piece. The that piece right there. And then this can become that, and that'll go down towards the center. Okay, perfect. And so I am really hoping to kind of start getting these out more frequently, especially with that style. But I will have to let let you guys know that I will potentially miss weekends or several weekends, and it's because I don't want to push these out to the point of like boredom as well. Because even if I can do 30-minute videos, I want to still be able to do something. And right now, we're just making slow and steady progress on our base, right? We're going to build this up and be able to kind of work on interiors and stuff inside. And that's going to be interesting whenever I start working on interiors, because I am not good at interiors. And most of my bases are functional. They're not, fancy looking. So definitely something we'll have to work on, and that'll be interesting. Definitely. I'll definitely look at some reference images before we ever start that. Kind of get some images of what the building's interior look like in game, in Skyrim, and then kind of work towards that whole thing. Probably should have grabbed some scaffolding. That's okay. But yeah, so once we get references and stuff, of course, I do want to also like show the references and things, I think, in the future. Whether it be like in-game references or just outright references in general, because I think that would help you guys understand what I'm looking at and what I'm trying to replicate and things like that as well. Because of course that is a key ingredient, replicating the kind of architecture and the interiors of these said structures is definitely going to be easier for you guys to understand what I'm trying to build, because it may not look like it at the end of the day either. So definitely some things to think about. But I am excited to see where we get along with. I'm excited to start work on the temple. And I know the temple, of course, has nothing built right now. It's just got the stone foundation. But it's definitely something that we'll work on. I'm thinking of maybe doing a live stream build of it, but I don't know how you guys feel about that, because that is something where it would be probably not made into an episode. And I've also not live streamed on the Craftiverse SMP. That's another thing. I have not actually done a live stream over on this server yet, so that'll be a learning curve, because I also know we have to avoid certain pieces because some people have are waiting to make their episodes and things like that as well. So let's see. So that just runs. It just runs straight. So diagonal and then straight. 3. Okay. And I apologize if you guys hear any fireworks in the background. There's not much I can do about that. There are people that do not remember when the 4th of July is, and, still just shooting them off. It's kind of irritating, especially when you're trying to sleep at 1 or 2 a.m. and people are still shooting them off. But, people gotta be people, and some people can't just cooperate and stop being a menace to society, but that's okay. As long as they're having fun and being safe, that's all that really matters. I mean, sleep, it's a good thing to get sleep, but also I just hope that nobody hurts themselves or hurts others. It's always a good thing to be cautious with fireworks, ladies and gentlemen. I have had firsthand experience, and I know several people that have missing fingers. So it's a scary situation. Make sure your kids are supervised. Make sure you're being safe. Make sure everybody else is around you being safe. That's definitely something I will put. Shut doors PSA about fireworks. All right, where are we at here? I went too far. So I need to put this layer down. So we'll do that layer and this layer at the same time, because I won't be able to reach. I kind of built this backwards, but that's fine. Okay, so this is another layer that is blocks on the bottom. And then stairs here. Perfect. I also don't think I'll put a giant hole in the middle of this roof because even though the building looks like that inside the interior of the Drunken Huntsman, I really don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. I really don't. But that's okay. So, now that is completed. And this roof does look a little funny, by the way, because you got 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. So we had to kind of compromise whenever I made this wider. I don't like it too much, but I think it'll grow on me. But it'll also allow for us to have kind of a more bell shape, I think, at the end of the day, right? Like, that's what that looks like. A little bit more towards the top. A little bit rounded. So, definitely interesting. Okay. So the next portion of this is going to be... Let's actually see if we can get the arch to work. I'm not really too worried about building the walls just yet. So the center is here now. Okay. So the arch should start... Well, actually, where should the arch start? So it should just start right here, right? And then it should go in, I think. So it's going to be like a very small arch mixed with this, unless I were to go... like, just like this. Let me grab that block here real quick. And then it just kind of goes up. But I think that looks a little odd to me, in my opinion. So let's try one more thing. So if we take this and we push this out one more, very close to that side where we were originally, and we were to do this, would that work? I think that looks a little bit better. Of course, I want to change that block out to the same-sided one, whatever this thing's called. What, like, same-sided wood block? I don't really know why they don't have an extra name for this, because I don't know what to call it ever. Weird-looking four-sided block. Six-sided block. I don't know. Okay. But like that, I think that looks a little bit better, and of course we're going to have to strip this whole thing. Okay, and then the other thing, since I took that door out, in the actual Skyrim build, the second arch is actually like right here and not right where this one is. So maybe, maybe I just want to expand this side over more. I don't know. I think I'm kind of pulling away from the Drunken Huntsman, like, feel of the building, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I'll be fine. Also, I didn't even mention, I worked on the path. This path, let me actually sleep real quick, and then we'll show it off here real quick. Okay, so with the path, I went ahead and I did some coarse dirt mixed with, like, keeping the edges somewhat to the point where it's, like, grass, you can see here. But I also incorporated... buttons and stuff to make it like little pebbles, and I think it looks nice. I don't think I'm 100% sold on it. I was thinking maybe get some rooted dirt to try it out, and I know I want to do some other stuff like moss and things inside of here, and Ashley actually quickly went ahead and told me to do this, and she went ahead and actually did it for me. But there's a fence post with a lead so that we can actually make the actual gates all normal and not have to have sticks here, which is fantastic. Very much appreciate that one, because I would have probably not thought about that, honestly, at all. We also have got these guys over here. Let's just quickly take these guys out real fast. Okay. So yeah, and of course, I still haven't finished this because I ran out of materials and stuff. But I also do need to get that finalized. But let's go back to what we were doing, which is getting this kind of figured out. So I think what I want to do is I want to push this nook back. Since we don't have a door here anymore, I'm kind of thinking we push this back to be the same kind of like side, like size is like the, like that. So that way the building's kind of symmetrical down center on every axis, in a sense. But I don't know if I like that too much. Because I was really going to try and keep the Drunken Huntsman where we had like a little place above us. But honestly, I think what we could do is if we do that, we could potentially have like the middle section be the loft. That might be an interesting concept. Here, let's look at this a little bit. So the corner would be here, and we'll have to fix the roof and stuff. I'll do it. It's just I want to look. I want to look into this a little bit while we're recording here. So if we were to do something like this, take out this post here, take out this wall, and of course this post would be shifted as well. Okay. So to do something like this, take out these posts. The roof would actually probably be a bit taller, unless we just make it flat. And then we could have, above our heads, a kind of like loft area. How would I want to do the loft area? Of course, we'd want to make it this flooring. Like the... Actually, no. Let's actually change that. Let me go grab some spruce or dark oak or something so we could make that the loft flooring. Let's see. I keep forgetting where my door is, by the way. Every time you look, see me looking directly at that. Okay, so spruce. We'll keep those in there for now because we know we'll need them. Spruce. Perfect. And we're just gonna make that into some planks. And I may want to do that for that top layer of our house. We may want to move that out of being like the oak and spruce and whatever else floor. We may just make it like another type of material. So our flooring would be really only pertaining to here. And I think actually if we wanted to, with that like idea, we could actually make this the loft as well, right? And then of course this would be, actually no, this wouldn't even be here. This would probably be a wall, right? Because your actual space would look more like this. Okay. And of course, I'd have to fix the bottom floor and the roof and all that stuff. But this is definitely something I think I could get behind, because I think this would work properly. I think it might be a little interesting of a concept. And what we could do for like the ladder, or for like the upper area, is we could actually have like left and right side access, and say, so your entry is here, right? We don't have any other door. So for me, I would want to be able to like do this, like a spiral-esque staircase, or a left hook staircase in this case. So it'd be like right here. And we have some birch stairs. We're not going to keep it birch, but I just want to try. So first step, second step, landing. Let's see, I probably can place a birch staircase right here. And then next step would be off into this room, right? Because you technically wouldn't have this here. Okay? And then that would be your staircase. And then the same thing would carry over here to where you've got... Yeah, it has to be pulled out one. So here, landing, here, and then you're up. Cool? I think that would work. Genuinely, I think this could be a cool idea. Then that way we're kind of creating a little bit of a different building, and we're not copying one for one. So this is going to be our unique spin on the ideas that are inside of the actual Drunken Huntsman. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm liking that idea. We'll have to definitely fix the roof here, but I think I'll do that off camera. Um, so let's go and find something else to do, which I'm actually going to show you guys the creeper farm that me and Ashley worked on and a little bit of the details there. So let me be right back. Let me clean up my inventory and we will show you guys what we've been working on a little bit. Alrighty, so we're traveling over to our portal here, which is actually right next to where our portal is, right there. And this actually has not been probably mentioned to anybody on the Craftiverse SMP, but besides me and Ashley. But yeah, so we've been working on this. We've got sugarcane production back here, and we've got creepers coming in here. We're actually going to free cam and press G, which is our full gamma mode. But we have created this creeper farm. And I did record some of the building of it, but honestly, I was kind of just chilling, having some fun, playing with Ashley, building this, because we build this in together, this whole thing. And I think there's like, how many layers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers in total. But you can see basically what happens is the only thing they can spawn here is creepers, because trapdoors actually make the block height less than 2. Perfect for creeper spawns, but nothing else. And so the only thing that spawns, and then of course the snow golems are like, hey, creeper, smack it with a snowball. The creeper thinks they can walk on these trapdoors. And of course this button's here, so nothing spawns here. But yeah, once the creeper's aggroed, it'll try to walk across, fall down into the water, and then proceed to fall onto these campfires, and then die, which is fantastic. Of course, they also take some fall damage and all of that stuff. So definitely pretty cool. But down here, we've been, collecting the gunpowder and making rockets and stuff. And I went ahead and tried to mess around with crafters, which this is actually the thing that basically took me so many tries to get right in a recording. And so I kind of just gave up on it. The thing works at the end of the day, but it just took me forever to actually get to the point where I was satisfied with it. And in that time, I kind of lost all ambition to record an episode. But yeah, so once sugarcane above us is harvested, it falls down into these chests and then goes into the crafter. And then, of course, the crafter will make us paper. There's nothing checking if this is actually full, so we may just have some issues later down the line, but that's okay. This big structure to my right, which actually has no access through this portion, is actually a platform for making a bigger sugarcane farm. I am not going to be making this, actually. This is going to be something that we're going to hold off on until we get word if we are doing anything with fabric, because we apparently have some issues with redstone on paper servers, and I really don't want to have to take hours and hours out of my day to potentially make something that doesn't fully function, and or have to make accommodations for the paper server. So we've got all the materials waiting up here. It's exactly what these shulkers are. All the blocks we could ever need, besides the sugar cane. But all of that is ready to go. We just kind of are waiting to not have to worry about redstone being finicky, and shenanigans can ensue after the fact. So I'm not 100% sure if we're going to update to fabric or not. I honestly don't know. And I don't know when 1.21 is going to, be a thing or anything like that. So we're kind of holding off. We're kind of waiting for things to change, and hopefully they will soon, so we can get into the shenanigans. But I quickly wanted to show off Ashley's base, because she has been doing some fantastic work on the interior of her base, and I just love to show off her base, even though she has no idea I'm doing this, because she's currently not on. It's currently like 11:50 p.m. Where I am when I'm recording this, so nobody's online. I'm the only one here. And yeah, let's go take a private tour of her home, because this thing is just looking absolutely amazing. Just love the work she's been doing on this thing. And of course, you can see her main house is still there, but she's built a stable since the last time you guys have seen this, and a little bit of a greenhouse. Her villager trading hall's kind of in shambles, because there was an incident with Tukinit where he accidentally flipped some trapdoors. I think we can show you guys this here. He flipped some trapdoors inside, and actually one of these is blocking it. But all of the villagers inside of her villager trading hall have escaped. All of them. And also, I'm going to cover this, because if a zombie baby villager were to get it, or zombie villager, no. zombie, baby zombie, goodness gracious, were to get in there, all of those would be converted into zombie villagers, and that'd be terrifying. But she's actually been doing work on the interior of her house, and I actually did this earlier and did not fix it. But yeah, she's been working on the interior of her house, and honestly, it absolutely looks fantastic. She's got like potion storage and stuff there. So like a to-do list. Yes, haha. Sneak peek at what she's got planned. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna be working on the road to my house sooner or later, which is gonna be a fantastic thing. Um, but yeah, so some of this stuff isn't changed, but definitely just all around really cool stuff she's been working on. I do love the interior of this. Where is the staircase? I forget. There it is. She's got a little loft area up here now, which is awesome. And then, of course, I'll just free cam to show you her bedroom because there is a block here. Because there's 2 villagers inside, which are 2 of her enchanting villagers. So a lot of shenanigans happened that I did miss. But yeah, she's had a little bit of decoration. She's got her copper brush up here. What are those actually called? Is that called a copper brush? I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, so she's been working. It's been pretty cool. I'm honestly loving seeing how much progress she's made because it dwarfs how much I've been making. Because of course she's also got her silo, which you guys haven't seen, and this little side building. And I think this silo has her villager breeder and like villager farms up here. And it looks like this guy actually is no longer a farming villager. Well, she's only got 1 composter though. Not 100% sure why she only has 1 composter, and it looks like you've got a villager stuck here as well. Yeah, so this thing seems to be kind of a little bit broken. She's also got a wheat field back here. And we'll go check out her portal, which is back here as well, just because I think it is fantastic as well. I genuinely, it's a fantastic job on all of this stuff. She's also got her little sniffer thing, which she's actually got an automated collection system for a lot of the pitcher pods and torch flower seeds. It's pretty nifty, pretty cool. And I think she's also got, I don't know if she's decorated any of this stuff, but she has her greenhouse, which has a sugarcane farm, but she also has down here a little bit of a cactus farm, and also I think a bigger sugarcane farm. Yeah, see? So cactus, bamboo, all of these goodies. She's just got kind of chilling down here. So she's been busy. She has been busy, of course, but I think she's gotten a lot of this done in the last week or two where I have kind of been off, not really playing on the server as much. So yeah, I think we'll wrap this up here at her base. Kind of seems fitting. We've done that a few times where we just kind of wrap it up at her base, but overall, she's been doing a fantastic job. Can't wait to see what she gets up to in the future. Yeah, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Ooh, don't die.